Right now, I am starting a new iteration of a perfume I've been working on. It doesn't have a name yet as far as an official name. So when that's happening, because that's always the case, I don't have a name originally from the beginning. I just call it by the main notes that I want to have in it, that I'm kind of trying to center it around. So this one is called fenugreek patchouli. And I just got this new label maker, which has tape available in like an antique gold. So I label each batch of perfume by the month, the date, and the batch number per day, because some days I make like 5 or 6 batches. I try to make one every day, but that doesn't always happen. Sometimes I need to develop my ideas without putting it in a bottle. And some days I'm just wanting to wear perfume, and it gets confusing when you wear perfume while you're making perfume. It's not the best idea. Since I'm making an iteration, but not from scratch, I'm actually making it from an older batch. This batch is from yesterday morning, the 17th, and I have a large amount in here. The level is up to here, so I'm going to take some out of it with a pipette, a plastic pipette, because usually I reuse my pipettes, but not the plastic ones. Sometimes you just need one for a single use, and these are only good for like 1 or 2 uses. So I'm going to put a certain amount in this other bottle, and I'm weighing it. I've got a scale over here. I'm weighing it so that I know how much, the percentage of whatever I'm adding. It's based on the weight. All measurements are based on weight, not on space they take up or volume, because everything has a different molecular weight, and it does make a difference. When you mix it with alcohol, the alcohol has its own molecular weight, and so does the material. So then in my notebook, I write down the batch I'm adding to the new one and how much of it. 2.053 grams of the batch from yesterday morning. Next, I'm going to start adding materials that I want to do a variation of the original one, and things I'm trying to experiment with, adding more of, or new things. For this, I'm going to be increasing the red apple accord material and see how that smells. And then I'm going to do another iteration of that amount of red apple to a new batch. And then I'm also going to increase the patchouli and possibly the fenugreek, because those are the 2 notes that I really like. I really like them together. So that's what this perfume is starting out as. In my notebook, I keep everything and I write it with a pencil because I need to erase. I make mistakes. And then on my iPad, I am entering the information in the weights into Formulaire, which is a formula processing program that's made for perfumery. It was made by Sam Macer in the UK, and it was very reasonably priced after a really good trial where you can add a certain amount of materials for free, and then if you want to expand it and use it more, you have to pay a certain amount, but it's not much. So yes, that's what I use, because I want to be able to see what percentages are in here, even when I make a smaller batch. I put into a new bottle and add to it. And you can also change the dilutions, which is like how much of the material is diluted in alcohol. You can look at whether your top notes are really, really heavy or you know, any of them out of balance. And you can also figure out how you want the pyramid to look, because the pyramid doesn't always look like a pyramid or a triangle. Sometimes it looks all different ways. So that's what I'm doing here. So I just added one material to this new bottle, and I think that's where I'll stop because I want to see what this smells like in a week or two. I don't think I added too much red apple, but that's one version of it. Now, the next iteration that I make of the one from yesterday morning, I'm going to use the same pipette because I have it sitting here, and I'm going to put it in a new bottle. And then I need to make a label for it. My label machine. But I don't feel like it. I don't feel like getting out my label machine and making another label. It's a different thing. I want to just stay in the mode of making perfume. But you know what? If there's a bottle here that doesn't have a label on it, I'm going to get interrupted one time and I'm not going to be able to. I just accidentally printed the wrong one. Okay. I printed one from before and I need to change the batch number because it's a different bottle. So this is going to be batch number 2 and then print. Okay. Yeah, so that gets thrown out. And then I do also a label for the top of the lid because the lid and the bottle need to stay together, but sometimes they get separated. Also, you need to have a label on the top so that when I put it in the box in order, I keep all my batches, all my experiments, then I can easily read across and see which one I want to pull out and smell and test and compare it with the formula and see if I want to make a bigger batch and potentially sell it one day.